Hello everybody, it's time for your Week 7 overview for English 101 College Composition. Here's your to-do list for this week. So in this week of the semester, you're actually working on 2 units, Unit 2 and Unit 3. We're wrapping up Unit 2, your analysis synthesis paper. You'll be turning in your mini portfolio version of that on Wednesday, along with the reflective cover letter. Please make sure that you review the prompts for the cover letter so that you cover everything that's asked of you. Once you've got that turned in, then you're going to switch over to Unit 3, which is your research paper. All you have to do this week is read the assignment carefully so you know what's expected of you. You're going to watch the library research tutorial. There's a link for that in the module. And then you're going to complete assignment 3.1 topic refinement. Those things are due by Sunday. So at the end of this week, you'll know what your topic is and you'll have carefully thought about how to narrow it down so that it's a manageable topic for a paper of this length. Now, a lot of you have had, well, some of you have had questions about how to organize project number 2. So I just want to go over it very quickly. This isn't exactly chiseled in stone, but this is a great set of guidelines to help you organize your paper. So you'll need an introduction, and your introduction can be 2-3 paragraphs long. It's not restricted to 1 paragraph. You do not need to use headings that say introduction or so on. We just know that when we start reading your paper, we expect to find some common information at the very beginning of it. So even though I am the audience for your paper and I know all about what you're writing about, you still need to give some background, some context to kind of ease into this. So start off with a broad overview of your topic. What are you writing about? And then narrow it down to the 2 or 3 subtopics that you decided to focus on, your areas of focus. And a lot of you have done a great job of distilling all of that material down to some very specific, detailed areas that you want to write about. You need to give readers some context so they understand maybe the importance of what you're talking about, to sort of just ground people. And statistics are very, very good for doing that. Statistics also begin to introduce the idea of ethos, your credibility as a writer. You can show your readers that you are using solid, credible evidence to support the argument that you are beginning to create. You can include your task, the fact that you are analyzing a variety of articles on this topic and then bringing them together in conversation to see what common areas and conclusions they provide. And then there's your thesis statement. Typically the thesis statement shows up, maybe toward the end of your introduction. That's always a good place to put it. And the thesis statement states unequivocally what is in your paper, what did you cover, what were the conclusions you came up with. One great way to figure out how to structure your paper is to look at other examples. And in your textbook, in Chapter 6, which I think you read last week, there's a good example. It's called Daniel's First Draft. It's located on page 166. So if you haven't already, take a look at that and see. This is sort of a case study about how you could put this assignment together. See how this student did it. The body of the paper should be organized by topic. Well, sometimes I say topic, subtopic, but those areas that you focused on, for example, mental health. One of you actually is looking at suicide rates, all of those different results or effects of student loan debt. So transition into your first overview or broad topic, explain what it is, and then go point by point through your evidence. Now you're going to be jumping around from one source to the other, okay? You're not doing paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, right? Topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. Don't forget your citations in your final version. So transition sentences are really important, and what they do is they really ease the reader from the previous topic into the next one. And just some key words that will help you do that. So, however, but, conversely, to add to that argument, the researcher's name, so-and-so also agrees that, or so-and-so's research disagrees with that premise. You can even say, in my personal experience, right? So if you want to include your personal experience, it doesn't really work just to say, yeah, I agree with that, or well, I don't think that's right, okay? If you want to insert your experience with student loan debt or borrowing, or maybe your parents or friends or whatever, that really adds to the ethos, right? That adds to your reliability as a writer. But to just say, yeah, I think that sounds right, there's no evidence behind that. That's just your opinion. So try to balance that. If you want to insert your personal ideas, be sure to back them up with something that shows that you have a reason for believing that. And then quickly, you need to have a conclusion. In the conclusion, these are some of the things that you can do. You can restate your thesis in slightly different words, summarize the main points of your paper and evidence. You can wrap your paper up with a call to action, something that you think should be done. And I know a lot of you have some very firm opinions on what, say, the government could do or universities could do to help mitigate the effects of student loan debt, maybe some potential solutions. Or you could even include what you have gained from this. How are you going to approach this subject perhaps differently as a result of doing this analysis and synthesis process? All right, there's project 2. Wrap that up, get that turned in. And then now we're moving to project 3, which is a research paper. In my experience, students really like this assignment. For one thing, you get to choose your topic completely. And that's what is going to happen this week. So here's the module. There is an overview of what you're going to do. This week's task is topic refinement. You're going to choose a topic and then you're going to narrow it down into a research question. You're going to just read. You don't have to do these. You're going to read the annotated bibliography assignment, and you're going to read through the instructions for project 3, the research paper. Okay, that's all you have to do. Just read through them so you understand what you're going to be working on. Please look over the MLA overview, Modern Language Association. Those are the guidelines we're using. You have a video to watch. It's a library research tutorial that just helps you in this process of choosing a topic and then narrowing it down into a research question. And then at the end of the week, by Sunday, you have a discussion post. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Here's actually just a little cut and paste from the overview of the research paper. You'll notice that with each assignment, we are adding to your toolbox of skills. We're still relying on things like analysis and synthesis and summary and looking at the rhetorical strategies that you should use. But this one's going to be a little more complex, require a little more critical thinking and the skills of finding sources. Let's see. You'll use research to form an academic argument. Remember, an argument is not about winning or losing a debate, but rather it involves using evidence and reasoning to discover a version of truth about a particular subject. That is right out of your book. I'm trying to speed up now so I can keep this short. So here is what is due at the end of the week. You will refine a research topic into a narrow research question. And there are the prompts 1, 2, 3, 4 to use to help you do that process. Just one quick note. This paper is not an opportunity to, quote, prove something that maybe you feel strongly about. You're not coming into this with a preconceived notion. You may have very strong opinions about, assault weapons or abortion or any of those topics. This is not a chance to use that and then cherry pick evidence to support what you already think. You're moving into this with a question. You're curious about a topic, and this is a chance to learn more about it, to see all the differing viewpoints, and to pull those together into a research paper.